Greetings, greetings, happy warm-up Sunday, dear hearts. It's Miss D here in the craft room. Today our warm-up will be the mental warm-up for change. So I'm just going to be sitting in the craft room mentally preparing for change. As you may all know from life experience, everything changes, and for Miss D, life is changing, the channel is changing, things are changing. And the first thing that happens, if you want positive change, is to mentally prepare for it. And that's exactly what I'm doing this week. Changes to the channel is happening, and changing in my life expectation is happening, and I'm mentally gearing up for it. And the one way that I find real effective is to get a vision of where the change is taking you. And to visually, mentally prep yourself for the change. It's part of mental health is to be conscious of your mind, conscious of the power of the mind, and the fact that you can control your mind. And so part of my mental control is the clearing and the readying for what's to come. I use art as one of the therapies or techniques I do in that mental preparation. It's just to do something mindless in art. And for me, staining images and paper with coffee is very relaxing. It allows my mind to just flow. And so I'm simply just going to put, this is coffee today, coffee on these images. And just let the brush flow. And let my mind totally empty. And just let thoughts flow. What came straight up was, how was this change going to affect the dear hearts that I do have that are used to Miss D's Do-It-Yourself DTV. That's where they come and get their videos for crafts or just hang out. They're used to the channel format. Used to seeing Miss D in one way. And I honor that. It's a part of the change in trying to honor the dear hearts is I am keeping the channel Do-It-Yourself DTV, the name of the channel, and I'm just going to revamp and add to it so that you dear hearts that are accustomed or used to finding me at Miss D's Do-It-Yourself DTV can still find me there. And if you're just looking for your crafts, you can find that. But I will be also adding my new channel, and I hope that you dear hearts come along. In that same space, I'll be adding the mental flowology. And mental flowology is going to be a place where we address, learn, and explore our mental health. How we, in all things, need to be conscious of our mental health and how we're doing things. It's a new twist to Do-It-Yourself DTV, in that I do believe that's doing it yourself. When you're taking on your mental health, it is a big do-it-yourself project, because change and progress and all that comes from your mental health. Hey Jasmine, how are you? Welcome to Warm Up Sunday. Just playing with a little coffee and talking about the new channel. The new channel will be making its debut this week. And I was just sharing that we're leaving it under Do-It-Yourself DTV for this week of transition, so that people can find it, and the new subscribers will have the old videos that they may want to look into. But the new is rolling out, and mentally I'm preparing. And one of my preparations is mindless flowing. So just floating the coffee on this paper is a mindless activity. It's also very creative. I see images in the paper as I'm brushing it on, and it sparks creativity. I already see images I want to put on it. So I'm going to let these couple pieces of paper dry and show you another technique for getting images and relaxing the mind enough to get creative. One of the other tools I use. But can you see how just stroking this coffee on the paper can be very meditative, very relaxing? Look at that flow. The new channel is called The Mind Flowology. So we'll be doing a lot of flowing of the mind and learning skills about how to flow mentally and be mentally healthy as we make these changes of life, because things are changing always in life and we need to flow. Thank you. I'm excited too. Had a great meeting yesterday. Let's do one more of those, because I want to show you a little something with these a little later. So I'm going to blow this on here really quick. Somebody asked me about the coffee dye and the colors of the coffee paper that I stain, how sometimes they're dark and sometimes they're light. And that depends on how much coffee you put in your jar and the heat that I add to them. The heat darkens the coffee stain paper, and adding more coffee grinds will make your coffee darker. I do tend to like darker paper. Like even this looks a little light to me right now, but as it dries it'll darken up. Actually, I'm looking at one that I just put down. That's pretty nice. So I'm going to leave this mixture just this way. The Mental Flowology. That's our new channel where we're going to get into some mental health and doing it do-it-yourself style. I'll be providing some skills and techniques and conversations around how you can take control of your mental health. Yeah, I know sometimes we need more than a do-it-yourself, and I do some personal life coaching, but you'll find out more about those kind of things on the new channel. But I do want everybody to know there's lots we can do it ourselves around our mental health. One is make art your therapy. Okay. You see how I'm in this? I won't just stop. I'm flowing. But I am going to do, this is the last sheet, and then I want to show you one other technique before we start making some embellishments. I do want to play a little bit with color in this coffee dye. I'm in the process still of making those 4 journals for the dear heart that wanted me to make the journals for her kids as something she can leave them should she not get to be around as long as she would want. So I want to put color. Each of those kids have a journal of a certain color. One of the journals, I think for the oldest son, is yellow. For the baby son is blue. And one of the daughters loves red. And then we have a daughter that loves pink. The pink, I got a special something. I'm going to play with this paper and put some color on this paper for each of those journals. And so not to contaminate my big jar, I'm going to pour some in this little jar. And I'm going to start with the lightest color first. And that's going to be the yellow for the oldest son. I want to see what it'll look like to coffee dye with the color. I had a lot of yellow on there, but I do see the coffee stains coming through. I think this should make for interesting paper because the coffee changes the texture of the paper, and having the color dry in, I'm thinking will be really neat. Try to make a pattern and see if it picks up in the drying. Kind of look like trees. Okay, that's the oldest boy. Oh, one thing I do see is the moving it, that coffee shifts. So I guess I'm gonna have to dry, because I do want to see what that looks like dried the way I laid it down. Excuse me while I dry just a little bit. The yellow is pretty with the brown tint. I'm just adding more texture and pattern with my finger. It's also something really good for mental health is being tactile, feeling things. I think that's dry enough to move now. Yeah. Set that over here for a second. And then the one daughter is red and the little boy is blue. So let's go with the red. See how that mixes up. I noticed in that yellow piece that texture is nice. So I like the way that's looking. It's only halfway dried, but the texture is looking really neat. Making sure that I take over to the mental health channel, my art love, because Miss D just loves the artsy side. Now that looks like more red than coffee. So what I'm gonna really do is flip this one over and make sure that we get more coffee look. Let's just flip it. And I'm gonna leave the brush with the red in it. Oh, that's pretty. That looks like a sunset sky up there. Add a little coffee and a little more red. Try to balance it out. Oh, that's pretty. So how you doing out there, dear hearts? How's your energy? How's your mental health? Been doing something fun and exciting this weekend? And let's give a pattern in this one too. I love a good cowrie shell. Beautiful. Let's give that a quick little dry so it stays put. that wrinkle look. Ah, but we ran into a problem, Houston. I flipped it upside down wet and it's sticking. Can I save it? It doesn't look good for the home team. I'm trying. I'm wondering if I put some heat on it, will it come apart and not rip? So far, so good. Ooh. I do see some of the color lifting. But I'm going to continue on. Hopefully I can separate the two pages and keep most of the color. I'm going to try a little heat because it's starting to stick more right there. Doesn't seem to be the answer. So we may just lose this one and I'll use it for scraps. Drats. Yeah. Interesting though, look at this tear. Now this is how you get creative. You take a problem and you make it work for you. So that'll be a good scrap piece. Not bothered by that. Let's see. It's an interesting. That's a loss right there. Okay. Just do it again, and we can't lay the paper upside down. That's what we get. I do like these colors, and those I can make tags for the journal. Yeah, I almost had it off, but that center was locked down. And I can always use the strips. The beauty of being creative. You can always salvage things. It's pretty. And that's a thinner piece of paper with the rip. We took a layer off. I like to see how that works out. Oh, I like this. Looks like mountains. How's the image? I got the camera a little bit different for you all. Hoping you're getting a closer look at what I'm doing. Okay. Just set that to the side. Let's do the blue real quick. Ooh, that's a lot. That's a lot. So let's make a big. Ooh, this is nice. This is just being creative. That looks like the earth, right? Out in the universe. Nice. I'm just playing around with patterns, with the colors, because I don't know if I'm going to use them as whole pages in the journal or tags and pockets and whatnot. I like that one. I'm going to try to get 2 sheets out of that, since that was so much of the tea and all. That's really pretty. And so this one we'll just make a different pattern. It's pretty. The tea and the blue is beautiful. Hey, Michael Williams, how are you? It's good to see you, dear heart. What's up is we're playing in tea and paint and talking about our new YouTube channel venture. Warm Up Sunday at its finest. Just creating different patterns of paper for journals. I like this blue with the tea. Let's set that to the side and let that dry. And I think we can get one more something off of this one. Let's do this. How many people were scared thinking it's going to get stuck together again? This time I'm going to lift it really fast. Beautiful. I like the colors that are coming from the edges, from the papers being all stacked up. Kind of don't want to make hard brush strokes with this. I think I'll leave that. It's naturally nice. Nice images. I'm gonna go ahead and dry that really quick while you chat amongst yourselves. we'll take a look at those in a little bit. I surface dried them, and while they're drying, I do want to show you the other meditative practice, the thing to do, keep your mental health balanced in an arts and craftsy way. And it's one of my favorite little tools. It's the magic drawing board. So this baby, you get to take images and trace them actually with the light underneath. You can trace the image. This takes all the pain and suffering out of trying to recreate an image. Now I'm trying to place this a certain way on the paper to get the best use of that. This is a little darker than normal, so the light illuminates underneath the bottom and it allows me to trace. Just looking for a pencil. And I'm just going to trace that really quick. I'm not going to do a fine tracing, just doing this to show you some of the things I do in the craft room when I'm saying it's mindless and I'm doing it for mental health. I take the easy way out and just create beautiful images effortlessly. This is really great when I'm painting though. If I draw an image, I can recreate it on the canvas by doing something simple like this. And my mind's just floating and watching it come to life. Very relaxed. And I'm taking some liberties to add to or take away from the design that I'm tracing. That's a quick rough shot of tracing the image. These things are neat. You can get them, oh, you can't see the pencil one, can you? Let me see. The right camera for, there you go. Get a little bit of what I'm doing. And then I simply fold this sheet and then I'll paint on that, and it'll be a page of the journal with the image, Deborah style, because I did take some liberties there. That's one of the things I do. And while I'm doing it, I have a butterfly over here. I'm going to put that image with this. Let's do that one more time. Forgive me while I play here in the craft room. Hey, Livy. Bam from Livy's Loveless. Welcome aboard. We're playing in the craft room, warming up and talking about mental health. And ways that we can include our arts and crafts into a therapeutic process for mental health. All my arts and craft generally enhance my mental health. I use them to relax and do some processing. But being creative is one of the great therapies of doing something creative. Doing kind of like what I was just doing, experimenting with things, playing, getting your hands dirty. Here goes some more of that liberal. Ms. D taking license and doing it her way. Butterflies are some of my favorite images. So that automatically puts me in a great mental space. And I'm not tracing this for exact. I'm just doing some of the lines and adding, because I know when I paint it, I'm going to get real creative with it. There. Nice. There we go. And that'll be one of the pages in the journal. I think I may coffee dye that now and then paint over the coffee. That's the light box for getting your images. Thank you so much, fam. Yes, the new channel will be debuting this week coming. And hopefully we're going to make it a way that we do mental health in a way that's not intimidating for people. And what we're doing is we're rolling out under my Miss D's Do It Yourself, DTV, and we'll be doing the mental health there and then branching it out into a channel of its own, but we're going to start underneath there. So the subscribers and dear hearts can be introduced to it, see it, start utilizing it, and then it'll be a second channel all of its own, but getting started underneath my regular Miss D Do It Yourself DTV. All right, dear hearts, enough about me. I've been waiting for, what is it, a week now to show you guys this new envelope. I saw over on, I think it was Gail, that was doing these pocket hearts, right? And they just took a circle, and I'll show you how to make the whole thing in a second, but took a circle image and made pockets. Now, I've only done this once. Let me see if I can remember right off the bat how it goes. So you fold the circle with the corners coming in. Can you see that? Is that too much of the same paper, the same color? So I folded half going in. I'm going to fold the other side, just about meeting that. Flip it around. Fold the bottom to the top. Then I'm going to open it up. I love these little pockets. When I saw that, I got so excited. And then we're just going to snip the fold in half line right to where the crease comes. And I'll take it slower in a second. Trying to just refresh myself on how to do it. Right? And so then you fold these two back in. And let's do it this way so I get all the color. We lift this up and fold. Make sure our corners kind of meet. All these pockets are coming from this circle, so I think I'm going to end up with something like 4 pockets. Just lining up. I don't like to measure, so I do everything by eye. You can measure if you'd like, but you know, this is my mental health, so I'm leaving all that alone. Look at this. do a little edge it up so you can see all those pockets coming out. Doing a fast inking. Inking all the fold lines. That'll make it pop. Hopefully you'll be able to see. These are great to tuck in your journals into pockets or just even glue it on a page. Look at here, look at here. And then we just do a simple little gluing right over here. Try to be careful. Me and my glue have been fighting with those little holes. So remember I was doing the test of the Bearly Arts? Bearly Arts won brownie points in that it does not clog up as often as the Arts glitter glue. And in my world, that counts. When I'm not having to take time to unclog the nozzle. I found that I really did end up liking the Bearly Arts. The Art Glitter Glue grabs faster, but the Bearly Arts has less complications with the glue nozzle. So I say they're equals because they both hold really well. Look at here. Okay, look at all these pockets. We have a pocket here, 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 all from one circle. That's just amazing. And decorating this baby is so fun. Now, I don't know where I got this color from. It must have been the end of a cleaning session. So it's not my favorite color to want to decorate. But I guess I will, since I made the image out of that for you all. Guess I'll decorate with that, but let's see what we can do about liven up. I'm going to put some color on this baby in it. I'll fill the pockets with something with colors. And just some quick, easy things you can do. Let's make little tags. Quickest little tag you ever seen, right? And this is just a show and tell, not a how-to. I will have videos doing these things slower. And let's stick a piece of ribbon or lace in there. Just happen to have a little string laying right there. Just gonna try to catch up on the chat a little bit. Yeah, we do have, these are the sisters, Jasmine, that I was telling you that we're doing the challenge for the vacation journals they were making, and they're all so talented and cool. Their channels are fun. Take a visit over there and check out their channels. They're very creative sisters. It was so great to finally meet them. At least meet them through their art. Thank you. Yeah, it with the fabric, it does differently. My favorite thing for fabric, though, will always be Fabrifix, I guess. That's a quick little tag. Oh, that's giving us color. That's giving me color. And then what else is laying around the desk? We're just going to do things laying around the desk. I like that butterfly. Let's glue that down in the back. And I'm going to fix that little corner where he looks like he lost a piece of wing. Put some color on this. And you could add these embellishments before you glued your folds. I like black and white images a lot. And so I try to pop them in whenever I can. Wipe my hands just a little bit. We'll add a little washi tape, flour, or something over there. Oh, look at this. Just hanging around doing nothing. But that's cute, and it actually, the color goes together. Let's just add that little flower. I love these little pockets. And so I'll be adding those to the kids' journals. I gotta tell you, dear hearts, over the week, I was working on those 4 journals, and making 4 journals at once is a lot. Miss D found herself saying, whoa, you know, I love to make a journal, but 4 at once got a little bit hectic. But I love the reason I'm making those journals. Let's stick something back there. Let's make a... See, I'm just using the scraps on the desk. You can know that, like, I was playing with an index card and put color on the index card. And you can always find use for just blank paper that you put color on. Now that could be a good writing space, right? Tuck it down in there and it'll match that. So let's put some lines on it. Now, as usual, Miss D has this corner blown up. See if I have any lined paper just laying around. I generally keep a little. Yep. And I'm just going to simply add a couple lines to this. Now this is really stimulating my mind as we were talking about mental health and freeing. If I was having lots of anxiety or lots of depression, just doing this kind of arts and crafts would definitely give me a space of time where being creative took my thoughts away from that. Free tip. What I do know is that our minds cannot hold but one thought at a time. So if you're depressed and you start art and crafting and you're thinking about what can I do with that piece of paper, your thoughts will definitely move away from the thing that's making you depressed. And if you can train your mind to different thoughts when you're in depression, you can actually control it lots of time. Now there's degrees of depression. Some people are chemically depressed and they may need some meds, but the majority it's a mind thing that we can do therapeutic practicing, ease the depression. Same with anxiety. We'll go in more details on that on the channel. So we have a little writing space. I feel like we need a little pull on that. Have a little lace laying around. Now this is the one thing that I did say our Bearly Arts isn't as great on is the fast fix. So just happen to have another bottle of art glitter glue that isn't clogged. I must have cut the nozzle because it's coming out there pretty fast. Okay. Let that dry just a little bit. I really am into our people in the community. I love finding us and think we should help everybody to find our channels and be able to support each other. Yes, indeed. It's a Miss D thing. All about our people. Okay. Here's another Miss D thing. She liked her some glitter and bang and bling. Add a little bling to this. Even if we're going to keep it plain, I feel like a little bling hurts nothing. Okay, it feels a little naked, but I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop because I wasn't gonna dress this one, but just wanted to show you guys that. I think it's so cool. And you could put something in the other pocket. But isn't that cool? Me and these camera angles, there we go. Figuring out which is the best one for you. We're getting there. There we go. All right, the circle pocket. That is so cool to me. To fill those pockets up with all kinds of goodies. Okay, let's put these pins back in here so I won't be crying about things clogged. All right, dear hearts, let's see how those papers dried. This is for the yellow journal. Got my trees going. I will show you those journals at some later point. I got the covers made. I'm proud of the covers. The gauze covers that I was showing you last week or the week before. I used that. So each of the kids will have a hard cover with the texture of the gauze. And the hardcover is their favorite color. So the oldest son loves yellow. The baby son loves blue. And so I'll be decorating these pages and add them to the signatures that I've already created. And then the oldest daughter, I really like the way this image came out. I could almost see it as a whole page. But she loves red. And so she's going to have a red page in there. Actually, I've been making their pages. They all have a lot of their favorite color in their pages. Look at that. I'm put some lace on the end of this. I see where it curled. This is one of the things I was working on for her book. That could be the center. It could take care of that little mess over there and be a tuck. Let's do that as creating on the spot. Okay. And I'll put lace on the back side. That was a tough piece of paper, wasn't it? We'll just make a tuck space for her. Let's flip that over and fix that little boo-boo. Where's that piece of lace that was floating? Of course, we'll embellish the inside page. But that's a quick fix. Yeah, it reminds me of a sunset too. I love playing with the coffee dye and the colors. That was fun to play with, putting colors with the coffee. That was cool. I love how it changed the texture of the paper. I'm having a good time on Warm Up Sunday today. Boy, time flies when you're having fun, though. It's looking like it's been an hour already. So we created her a little tuck spot. These we'll play with in her journal. Could be a pocket or a tag or something. Little tuck spot. So that's the oldest daughter. And then we didn't do anything for the youngest daughter because she wanted pink. Her pages are pink. And I did want to do one last thing before I sign off today. Let me clean up a little bit. Y'all see what kind of crafter I am, right? Pull it all out and make a mess. But that's the fun. That's therapeutic. That's therapeutic. She likes pink. And part of my upcycling with the junk journal is to use everything. And so, you know, ladies, we have this. So I'm going to fold this because it looks like I have enough just to do part of the page, not the whole page. This is creative. This is not for the guys. Mr. Mike and Michael, I know y'all around here. But comes from feminine things that we use. I love this paper. So I'm going to take a little Mod Podge and glue it down to this page. And watch how beautiful it becomes. This is the same brush that I was tea dyeing with. Just get a little color back there. So this is Mod Podge. You know, I'm all about texture and color, and I find this color so beautiful, and it comes with texture. So it's like I'm gonna collage it onto here. It's not for the squeamish, but those of us that are junk journalists, nothing's off bounds. So do you ladies know what this is? It's the covering from our feminine products. And they are so beautiful. I hate just throwing them away. The cover sheet that just holds it, so they're very clean and sanitary. Is never used or anything. But they go into the trash when really, I think it's just over packaging in the first place. I don't know why they had to be packaged in the first place. But it gives me free color and texture. And it feels so nice. I'm all about the texture. I'm gonna just lay a little Mod Podge over the top. And do a little trim work. Nice. I love seeing you guys getting to know each other. And Jasmine, I'm glad you're getting your groove back. Okay. I buried those scissors somewhere good. Oh, there they go. I thought I was going to get to show you guys a little sewing today, but maybe next warm-up Sunday we'll sew a little on the paper. Because even though I'm having the other channel, we're keeping both. So I'll still be doing warm-up Sundays. And today, I must say, ladies and gentlemen, I feel warmed up. I'm going to go to work on those journals. I got 4 of them that I'm making. And today, I think I'm going to be sewing the signatures in. That's always a sign that you're almost there. Because I love to decorate the pages. That's the fun part. And I'm doing this a loose trim, as I'm going to let it get real dry before I try to trim it too close. But isn't that beautiful for a background? And it's a upcycle of something that just would have went to waste and really hadn't got used at all. All right, and so that's the young daughter's pink page. I found when I was making ephemera for those, pink was easy. I had lots of things for pink. It was that oldest daughter's red that's kind of messing with me a little bit. But that's all right. It's all right. Okay. I'm gonna say I am warmed up. Yeah, I love the pink too. And just kind of review what we did as I'm cleaning the desk back up. I'm going to say thanks for joining in. Thank you, lovely ladies. Fam, Livy, and all you sisters. Thank you for dropping in. We was able to talk about the new channel component of mental health and using art in it. We got to create pages for the journals of the 4 kids that the dear heart asked me to make 4 journals for her, for her kids. I made a surprise journal for her. I don't have it right close to me because I love the little surprise journal I was making for her. I'm just taking a quick look, make sure I don't have it right here. Oh, her journal is so cute. It's a shape of a pocketbook, not a wallet, but a pocketbook. So we made those. We got to play with the circle card. Love that. I got me some papers, tea, coffee dye. That looks like it was a scrap paper with coffee dye paper. Love that color. It's coming up nice. Some for the kids' journals. And we got to hang out. I feel all warmed up. I'm ready to get into those journals, dear hearts. So thank you for stopping by. Let me look at chat real fast, real fast. Yes, yes, can lift your mood and get you right back in the game. Poetic Angels. Glad to see you here, Jasmine. Glad to see you here. Thank you, ladies. So it sounds like you all got to meet each other and sharing information, and that makes me happy. I love it when our community comes together in these forums and just get to know each other a little bit. So I want to tell you all, thank you. You guys are so welcome, Livy Lovelies. And dear hearts, please go check out those channels. You'll be surprised. Those sisters over there doing creative thing. I'm just a watching, and you know who Miss D is. You create, I create. I'll see you make something, and then I'll be in the craft room making it right after you, ladies. So I appreciate you all. I'm going to sign off for now and say I'll see you on the next time.